Hello, I'm Paul, and this is Paul Plays with Fire. Welcome. Come on in and grab a chair. Today on the show, we're going to be making breakfast sandwiches. 4 different breakfast sandwiches. 2 will be on English muffins, and 2 will be on biscuits. We're going to start on the lighter side with an egg and cheese biscuit and work our way up to something for bigger appetites. For sandwich ingredients, we'll be using eggs, applewood smoked bacon, breakfast sausage, Canadian bacon, and American cheese. Order up! You need an egg and cheese biscuit, an egg and muffin, sausage and muffin, a sausage, bacon, egg and cheese biscuit, and 2 hash browns. So let's get busy. We got breakfast sandwiches to make. Okay, let's make some sandwiches. For starters, we're using frozen biscuits today. I like frozen biscuits because, well, for one, they're pretty good, and 2, you can pull just a couple of biscuits out of the freezer. With those snap packs, you got to use all of them. You can't really just use a couple of them. So we've got our griddle that's warmed up. We're using the Blackstone griddle again today, and it's right about 400 degrees. So it's a little warm, but not too bad. So we're just going to put those down. We've already oiled it a little bit. Put those down, and we're going to cover them, and we'll let them cook for half hour. We'll let them cook for 10 minutes or so. Half hour would be too much. And meanwhile, we're going to talk about the rest of our ingredients. For our proteins, we have breakfast sausage from a local company, Canadian bacon from a Canadian company, and regular old thick sliced apple smoked bacon. And let's go back to the Canadian bacon. What exactly is Canadian bacon? Well, it's pork loin that's been cured and smoked like bacon. What do the Canadians call it? They call it back bacon. No, they don't just call it bacon, they call it back bacon because it comes from the back, it comes from the loin. Our other ingredients, today, we're going to be serving hash brown patties. And here's our English muffins. Our other muffins are already cooking. We talked about those a little bit. We've got 4 eggs. The one thing that these sandwiches all have in common, each one will have some kind of bread on the outside, a slice of cheese, and an egg. Other than that, they're all different. And then we've got 4 slices of American cheese. Good old American cheese. It's still in the plastic. But nothing else better, nothing's like it. So we'll come back in about 10 minutes and we'll flip those muffins and then we'll get going with everything else. Well, it's been just about 10 minutes since we put the biscuits on, and we've flipped them once or twice. We've moved a little bit too to make sure they don't get burned. But they look pretty good, and they're starting to get pretty fluffy looking. There's one of them for you. But we'll just keep flipping occasionally, and we've got them over on the cool side of the grill now so that they don't get too hot because it was a little hot over here. And we've turned this side up a little bit so we can put our bacon and sausage on. So we're just going to take our bacon and sausage real quick. We cut our nice thick bacon up into half slices to better fit on the sandwich. We also made a few extra pieces just in case, somebody eats some while we're cooking, because that sometimes happens. There, doesn't that sound good? And we've got 2 3-ounce sausage balls that we're going to use for our sandwiches, and that may be a little too big even. And then we've got a bigger one because it was at the end of a package of sausage, and I figured, well, it'll get used for something. And then we're going to take our Canadian bacon. We'll put it on at about 5 minutes from now because Canadian bacon really, it's pork loin. It's pretty thin. It's pretty low fat. It doesn't really take much to cook it, so you just need to warm it up. I think that's why a certain restaurant likes it, because it's really quick to make. Now we're just going to smash these out a little bit. Do this one. I don't know what we're going to do with that big one. I might just eat it. That's probably going to stick over the edge of whatever I'm putting it on, but that's okay. That'll go for now, and then we're also going to put our hash browns, our hash brown patties. We're also using the hash brown patties like some of those fast food restaurants do. So the hash browns, and they'll take just about 10 minutes too, along with the sausage and the bacon. And then about 5 minutes from now, we'll be putting some the Canadian bacon on, and we'll be toasting our English muffins. See you then. Okay, everything's coming along real nice, so I think we're just gonna let the cameras run for the last few minutes of this cook. I think our biscuits are just about done. Yep, they look pretty done. I'm gonna pull those off and set them off. We've got a cooling rack set in the corner, and we've got the burner on the right side. Actually, the two right burners are turned off, so it's we've got a hot spot and a cool spot, and that's what we're gonna want for our eggs. Our bacon's looking pretty good too. Our sausage is coming along, but it's not quite done yet. Let's go ahead and throw down our Canadian bacon somewhere along in here. But this is not gonna take very long. And our hash browns are also looking real good. Starting to get a brown to them. Oops. I'm gonna pull some of this bacon off too, and just throw it on the cooling rack. I don't want to get it too overdone. That way I can clean off my griddle a little bit. Move these off to the side a little bit, and then just move some of the residue from the bacon off, because as good as bacon fat is, we don't need that much of it. And we especially don't need it to cook our eggs. We're gonna cook our eggs in bacon, or in butter today, not bacon fat. Because we're trying to do what a fast food restaurant does, but better. And I'm pretty sure they don't use butter. That's hot. Yeah, see, I told you those don't take very long. Let's also toast some English muffins. We've got just regular old store-bought English muffins. We didn't make them from scratch or anything. So we're just gonna put some butter onto them and pop them down in the grill for just a couple minutes to get them toasted. It won't take very long. The muffins, the last time I had these muffins, they were so buttery tasting, they don't need any butter. I mean, your mileage may vary, but that was my opinion. We did not need any butter on those muffins. Okay, I think we're gonna pull that Canadian bacon off too, because that's just about right. It can just sit there and chill for us, wait for us. The sausage are looking pretty good, but I don't think it'll hurt. We won't get hurt by leaving them there for a little bit longer, especially that Big Daddy. By the way, my griddle is right about 400 degrees right now. I need a spot that's about 300, so it's gonna be right in there for the eggs. About 325, 350. That 350 is getting a little hot, but if you can cook your eggs in around the 325 range, that's the best way to do it, because they won't get brown that way. They'll just be perfectly scrambled or fried eggs, whichever you prefer. English muffins are done. There, nicely toasted. Okay, let's clean up a little bit for doing our eggs. Just like to start with a little bit of a clean slate, just to give us our best chance of getting it right, especially since we're going to be making some scrambled in addition to fried. Okay, first thing we need to do is crack a couple eggs. And those are for our biscuits, because biscuits want scrambled eggs. I don't know why, but it's a rule. Biscuits want scrambled eggs. And so we'll make a little layout of scrambled eggs that we can fold on itself a couple times, and that will be what we'll put on our biscuit. It'll be nice and thin and delicate. We'll put a little salt and pepper in that. Those are getting done. Turn that off too. There, I'm down to just one burner that's working, and I'm only going to use half of it. So it's Blackstone management at its best. Because once these griddle tops get hot, they stay hot for a good long time. Especially when you're cooking, when all you need is to cook a couple eggs. The residual heat will do it for you. Okay, and we're down to about 328 right here. So we're going to do this right in this area right here. It's where we're going to cook our eggs. We're going to start with a couple fried eggs because they take a little longer. Oh, butter. We're going to put some butter down first because butter likes eggs. And you can tell from the way the butter sizzles if your griddle's too hot. It's just about right. See how I get it over in here? It's not so sizzly, but if I get over here, it's really sizzly. Okay, this is where we need to be then. Now we don't care too much about broken yolks when we're making breakfast sandwiches because the last thing you want when you're eating a breakfast sandwich is for yolk to go running down your arm. That's not cool. So we'll break these yolks. We'll turn the eggs and we'll break the yolks. Last thing you want is when you're up on a scaffolding eating your breakfast sandwich and you get yolk running down your arm. That's just no good. Okay, a little salt, a little pepper. Huh, didn't break either one of them. Go figure. Sorry, guys. Let's scoot those over a little bit to make room for scrambled eggs. Now the idea is to make, it's trying to escape on me, to make a couple of square pieces so that by the time you fold it in on itself a couple times, it'll be just big enough for a muffin. I'm afraid that I didn't put any butter down underneath my scrambled eggs before I put them down, so I may live to regret that a little bit. That's okay. Now about the time we flip these eggs again, maybe we don't need to flip them again. Maybe they're just fine the way they are. Well, that one's kind of a mess, but you get the idea. Now it's time for a cheese. Now this cheese is going to be way too big, so I'm going to kind of fold it in half. Maybe in half again. I'm afraid it's not going to be pretty, but it'll be delicious. I'm going to put this over the top of it, and we'll give it about 30 seconds. There we go. Look at that. Time to start assembling. Let's see, I'm going to put this one down, and I'm going to put this one down. Nope, I'm going to put Canadian bacon. So there's our egg-a-muffin, okay? That is an English muffin with Canadian bacon and an egg and cheese. Delicious. And then I'm gonna make. See, we're doing our biscuits, moment of truth. Oh yeah, they look good. And this one, I'm gonna take a scrambled egg and make a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Mmm, delicious. There we go, look at that. Ooh. And this one, I'm gonna take a piece of sausage, big old hunk of sausage, and another fried egg, and make a sausage a muffin. Oh yeah, look at that. And finally, the big boy, the Hungry Man Special. This is gonna be comically small muffin and comically large. Oh, I forgot. We still have, goodness, lost my head. We still have Canadian bacon and regular bacon to go on there. There, now who's hungry? There, how's that look? That looks like a plate full of food, doesn't it? Let's eat. Well, here we go. Let's start off with the light one. Which is that? The bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Very simple, very light, very delicate. And very delicious. When we go to a fast food restaurant, that's what Mrs. Paul Plays with Fire gets. That's what she prefers. We'll move next to the egg and muffin, which is what I've called them since forever. The granddaddy, the OG breakfast sandwich. Oh. That's better than anything I've had at a fast food restaurant, that's for sure. And then next, we'll move to the sausage a muffin. And that's egg and cheese and sausage. Now, to me, this is better than the Canadian bacon version. Especially when you put a 3-ounce sausage patty on there. That's probably a bit overkill, but man, is it good. Oh, and then finally, our Big Daddy, the Hungry Man Special, bacon, egg, Canadian bacon, sausage, and cheese. It's gonna take 2 bites just to get to the biscuit. Oh yeah, that's got it all going on. If that's on a menu, I'm gonna order it. Oh, I didn't try my hash browns. I forgot the hash browns, my favorite part. We just started using those frozen hash brown patties. And once again, they're good when you're in a rush or you want to just eat something quick. And I did thaw both the frozen biscuits and the frozen hash brown patties before I put them on the griddle. I did thaw them out for about an hour ahead of time, just otherwise they take too long to cook. I priced this menu, these 6 items, 2 hash brown patties and 4 breakfast sandwiches at my local fast food place, $30.50 cents. So if you think of Blackstone as expensive, think of that too. Because this didn't cost me very much to make here on the Blackstone. I don't want to calculate the cost, but it wasn't very much. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. If you do like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe. And go ahead and come back next time because we're making stuff like this on the Blackstone. We've got a Blackstone pizza oven over there. We're making stuff on that. We do this stuff all the time. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.